Very excited to be joined now by Michael Pittman, Colts wide receiver. You're here on behalf of Oral B. Mike, what's going on, man?
Not much. I'm just out here just cruising, just making the rounds. But yes, I'm here on behalf of Oral B, the official toothbrush of the NFL. And, you're getting the Perfect Clean, with their new IO Series toothbrush. And actually, Blue is here running around. He might stop by later, but he's got these big white teeth, and he's showing them off, that's for sure.
People underrate the dental health is huge for your overall health. It gets into the gut health and the whole deal there.
Absolutely. I mean, when your teeth are fresh, you look fresh, you play fresh, everything's fresh.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you're an NFL wide receiver. I'm literally not a pro athlete whatsoever, not even close. But my dad always used to say when I was a failed baseball player, you look good, you feel good, you play good. So
Absolutely.
There you go. Love to see it. All right, you made a lot of rounds here so far. So got to ask you, what's the question you've been asked the most that you're sick of being asked?
I wouldn't say sick of being asked, but I would say the question that I get the most is probably who's going to win.
The game?
Yeah, just like this game. And the answer to that is I don't know who's going to win, but I have lots of my college teammates that play for the Seahawks.
Okay.
So Sam Darnold, Velus Jones, Brandon Peely, Chenna, and Leonard Williams. So I'm going for them. I'm going for the USC homers.
Man, I forgot that Velus Jones was on that USC team with you. Look at that.
Yeah, we had so many receivers come in my class. We had 5 receivers come in. It was crazy.
Yeah, you guys have just been pumping out receiver prospects left and right. It's you, it's Amon-Ra St. Brown,
Drake,
Jordan, London. Yeah, right. And then two guys coming up this year.
Yeah.
What do you think about Mekhi? I've just started my prep with the prospects, charting the wide receiver. So I've done about 4 games of him so far. So what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's very similar to the way that Amon-Ra was when he was in college. And I need to watch some more because one thing I know about Ra is he is fierce. I mean, Amon-Ra is trying to take your head off 24/7, and I think that's what makes him such a great player. Is he's on go 100% of the time, and I see some of that in him as well. Now he strikes me as more of a quiet guy than Amon-Ra is, but they have that same kind of play style where they can get it done outside and inside.
Do you find that with receivers specifically, personality bleeds into play style, or is it kind of because sometimes I'll do some of these interviews with the player and be like, that was not how I expected him to be all versus how he played, and that could go either different direction. Do you find that, or is it not that similar?
Yeah, I mean, I say about 60% of the time I think that personality is an indication of how someone plays, but there's also the guys who were quiet as a mouse and then they get on that football field and turn into a monster. So, it's just you get both.
Turn it on, right? Yeah, I love that. It's funny. I've watched you a lot through your career. Again, back to the USC days, early on in Indianapolis. I do a charting series called Reception Perception for wide receivers. You've actually, I don't know if you know this, but you've interacted with some of the route graphs on Twitter before.
Oh, yeah.
So, I think what's interesting watching you, though, is I would say you have a pretty unique style. You look at you. I mean, you're tall, big guy. You look like a typical X receiver, but you move around the formation. You run a lot of these kind of in-breaking routes.
Yeah.
Can you kind of describe your style of play in that regard?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they use me on those a lot because they know that I'm not scared to run inside there, and they know that I'm going to catch the ball in traffic and make those contested catches and still know that I can stay outside. This year for whatever reason, it was more of those inside throws. But, I've had talks with them, hey, let's start getting it outside of those numbers. You know what I'm saying? Let's move in the slot, maybe do some outbreakers from there. Let's start mixing it up a little bit. But the thing is, we have so many dynamic playmakers. You got Alec, you got Josh, you got Tyler, you got Ashton Doolin that comes in and makes plays. I mean, you got Jonathan Taylor back there who we're just who's going to pound it.
Totally.
You know what I'm saying? So we got a lot of guys that can do a lot of things. So I think Shane does a good job of delegating and putting guys in positions to be successful. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to doing some more stuff outside.
Yeah, I think you can handle it, and that's the thing that's so fascinating about receivers today. Is you can't just be that X receiver along the boundary anymore. If you're going to be especially a number one or a high volume player, you've got to go all over the formation now.
Absolutely, and that's what I'm trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Just let them know, hey, I can even run some of the hybrid tight end passes. You know what I'm saying? Where Because, like, even now, like, I get in there and, like, I'll block some DNs and I'll block some backers. So,
Totally.
like, just, like, I'm not scared of it, you know, like, just, like, I feel like I have, like, the size and, like, that, like, mindset where I can go in and I could get those backers and stuff like that. So I just feel like I can pretty much do a lot of things for the Colts, and you know, like, we had talks about it, and like, I think we're going to see some different things coming up.
Well, I'm excited to see that. I think one of the things when we're talking about a receiver moving around the formation, running some of those in-breaking routes, you've got to be able to beat zone coverage, especially in a league today where the zone coverage rates are on the rise, you know, because of some of these new defensive minds. Can you walk us through what is the process as a receiver, like winning against zone coverage? Is it more settling down? Is it finding holes? Walk us through the process there.
So, like, the first thing that happens is, like, you got to know, like, what situation is it, right? Like, is it red zone? Is it midfield? Is it 2nd and 5? Is it 2nd and 11? So, and then just getting out there and being able to diagnose, like, those safeties. The first thing that you want to look at, like, is those safeties, right? So then you just look at your triangle. So I go safeties to nickel backer or nickel or backer, and then out to that corner, you know, like, is it going to be cover 2? Like, are they showing 3 right now because they're going to roll into 2? Like, are those safeties low? Like, just like, is it going to be 4? And, like, just like breaking in, like, just like, I'm going to have to be really flat and, like, almost come back.
Yeah.
Right. So, like, just seeing, like, those subtleties are really what makes you a really good zone player. Like, just being able to read those zones and know, like, where to stop. Like, just like in those soft spots.
It's a lot to juggle, too, because not only are you trying to find those soft spots and finding that separation, you also need to be where your quarterback expects you to be as well.
Absolutely. And like, that's where practice just, like, comes, like, into play, and, like, all those reps, like, during training camp and all those reps that lead up to those games. Like, I feel like we had a really good feel. Like, I feel like Daniel and me were like, just, like, on, like, the same page, and, like, you saw that with some of our off-schedule plays. And like, just like when he, like, was in there, like, our offense, like, was rolling, and then unfortunately, like, he goes down like with a broken leg, and then plays through that on, like, a leg where people are like, oh, he's got, like, a hairline fracture. No, like, it was broken.
That's a broken leg,
His
folks.
leg was really broken. So, like, just like that just shows, like, how, like, tough he is. So, and that he's going to be, like, our longtime guy.
Yeah, and you're a guy who's played with a lot of quarterbacks, too. So I'm sure valuing, like, year-to-year consistency would be a nice little change for Michael Pittman here. You mentioned, last question here, you mentioned that you've got a dynamic room of wide receivers. Couldn't agree more. I love Josh's game as a route runner. So twitchy, so explosive. Alec Pierce is a guy that I think really took a step forward this year.
Absolutely.
Give us a quick scouting report on those two guys.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think Josh Downs could have 1,000 yards in any offense.
I agree.
Yes, like, just like, if he was given the right opportunities, I mean, I think he's as good as anybody, right?
Yeah.
And Alec Pierce, obviously, Alec doesn't even need the ball to get 1,000 yards. You know, like, you throw Alec the ball
47 times,
yeah, right, and, like, he'll get you, like, 1,000 yards. So, and then just mix in Tyler too, and then some of our other guys, like, just like Ashton Doolan, who's been known to be more of a teamer guy, but, like, when he gets in, Ashton's making plays now. So we have a really solid group of guys, and I'm looking forward to getting back with them and just keep on making, like, this team better and getting Daniel back and getting back to spreading out the ball and being the number one offense like we were, like, through the first 10 weeks.
Really complimentary group. That was a great breakdown from Michael Pittman there. Michael Pittman here on behalf of Oral-B. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you so much.
No doubt.